creation glowing, mutants all around. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but we know no matter what, we'll always have the time. Talk about the wastelands, talk about the lore, talk about surviving radiation storms, talk about the doubts, talk about the fears, talk about the game we all love. It's Fallout through the years. That Fallout show.
Well, hello, everybody. Oh, what are all these people doing here? We just, I found this random group of people, and I just thought I would throw them all together in one big show, and it would be the greatest show on Earth, at least for a Friday evening. Hello, everyone. Welcome to That Fallout Show. This is episode 64, Those Fallout Dames. It is a crossover episode with Dames Who Game. And I'm your co-host tonight, Vendertron. Also joining me is Shaline. Hello, Shaline.
Hello, hello.
We are Rickless and Reckless tonight, Shaline.
Are we?
Mm-hmm. We don't
I
have
hadn't
Rick.
Noticed.
He is frozen.
There's so many other cool people here. I didn't even notice.
Right. He's frozen in time over there on the right side of the screen, so say hello to Rick. But we have some very special guests, the Dames from Dames Who Game. So welcome, ladies. Jessica Starr, hello. How are you?
Hey, Vendor. Greets everybody. How you doing tonight?
And Sarah, how are you doing?
Great. Hello.
Hello, Sarah Saylor.
Hey.
And Pantagrulia.
Hello.
And Sherry, hello. How are you?
Hello.
So, the best part of the show, I thought we could start off with the best segment of the show tonight. How's your guys' weeks been doing? How's your week?
I don't want to talk about it.
Anybody else go first?
Can we skip me and go to someone else?
It's been a week.
Oh, no.
It's been a week.
okay.
Yikes. Yeah, it's been an interesting week.
Okay,
you know,
so on the
world
way
is
home
on...
today,
Oh,
Vendor,
okay.
let me tell you a story. Okay, so on the way home I live in New Mexico, right? Like, we don't get a ton of rain here. It's not an especially rainy state. And I was driving home. There had been some rain. It was nice. It was pleasant. We appreciate the rain. There was a river running across the highway while I was driving home. So I kind of pulled over. All of these cars are pulled over, stacked up on either side of this little river coming through. It was probably several yards across, and I would say at least 2 feet deep, maybe a little more, running across the highway. And I was scared to death, but I got through it. So.
Were you in your small car or in the SUV?
No, thank heavens. I was in the SUV. I was in my Ford Escape. I was not in my little tiny green car.
Can you imagine? I can't make it to tonight's show because I got washed out.
Yeah, I was about to text you guys, and then I noticed a highway department truck, and I know all the guys that are on the highway department. So I stopped to talk to him, and I was like, no, not like that. And I asked, like, hey, you think I can make it? And he's like, oh, yeah, you'll be fine. Just go slow. Like, so I knew there was somebody who would go looking for me if I fell off the side. So
what was the road like washed out? Are they going to have to repair it?
No, I don't think so. It was just there was a lot of water running across the highway.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot.
Yeah.
And there was baseball-sized hail at a certain point between where I work and where I live. Mm-hmm. I was lucky to miss that. Oh, yes. But there's a huge construction project happening, and they have a little base set up. These construction guys, and there are so many cars that park there. It looks like a concert parking lot or something. And all of those guys' vehicles were like totaled. Yeah. It was a disaster. I felt bad for them.
Hail is one of my greatest fears because it destroys everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, I had golf ball size hail one year on my vehicle, and it was like $8,000 damage.
Yeah, they totaled out my little green car the last time we got a serious hail.
Yeah,
But
hail this
instead of
week.
getting it repaired, I just paid it off. So it still has all the dents.
You know, there is you see the odd car here in Edmonton where it's like driving and it has all these dents, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
know that was from 7 years ago when we had that storm.
Yes.
But yeah. Well, it's been an interesting week for me too. I got attacked by a tumbleweed.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I didn't think we actually had tumbleweeds here, and I was so excited to tell Shaline about it after I like picked the little twigs out of my face. It was terrible. Yeah, I'm like riding along on my bike, and this tumbleweed comes out of nowhere and just like gets caught in the front spokes of my wheel, and it like exploded. And I was like, that was a tumbleweed. That happened. I didn't even know we had tumbleweeds here. But
Like, how
Yeah.
large was it? I mean, I'm sure it wasn't as
it
large
was
as
pretty
Shalene's
big.
river.
It was pretty
Ooh.
big. Yeah. Yeah.
This reminds me, I need to get that tumbleweed a check.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Anyways, what else did you guys get up to?
Well, I just have one more question for Shaline about the river. So, did it come up over your tires? Like when did you drive through this, and did it go up to like the edge of your vehicle?
I did drive through it, and it was like cresting the hood. Like,
Oh boy.
Whoa.
yeah, it was a lot of
that's-
water.
That could be a normal Tuesday here.
Yeah,
Did you feel like an
That's
explorer in
wild.
parts unknown, like forging the Amazon or something?
a little bit. I felt like I was in the Oregon Trail, and I was fording the river, and I may or may not reach the other side. Who knows?
Did you
Well, I
Oh my
hope-
goodness.
did,
I hope you don't get dysentery.
right? Was it up to your like did it come in your doors?
No, it didn't come in the doors.
Oh, okay.
No.
She did lose 20 food supplies while crossing.
Yeah.
She
She's driving around with like the left blinkers just sloshing with water. It's just
Yeah,
inside.
the like the filthy water was like all over the windshield, and the wipers couldn't keep up with keeping it off. You know, like it was pretty rough.
Good heavens. Wow.
Yeah, I
Um
made it though. I'm here.
goodness. Well, tonight we've got a lot of things to talk about. Before we get to that, I would like to mention that the show is sponsored by Oak and Crow Coffee. If you like to drink some coffee, we have our own special We Just Love Games Way Way Tenango blend. And you can find it at oakandcrow.com. Purchase yourself a bag, and $2 from every purchase benefits the Children's Miracle Network. So, and Shaline has tried the coffee. Have any of you tried the coffee other than Shaline? Anyone?
No.
She has high praise for the coffee, so check it out if you're a coffee
It's
connoisseur.
lovely coffee. It's quite
Don't
good.
don't forget you can help us promote the show this evening. Share us on your social media, send us some emails, and we'll read them out on the show. Also, like, subscribe, and retweet, and tell your friends if you are listening live right now. Welcome, happy Friday to you. Host the show on Twitch. It shares us with the rest of the community and gets our name out there. Tonight we're going to talk about some news. Shalene's going to take us through that. We got some gameplay and one small but interesting email. But before we get into that, Sherry, do you want to take us through our new members in our Discord server?
Yes. New members on the Discord server are Ophelia Immortal, Tree Climber, Bloodflat. I do like that name.
I like your pronunciation of that name.
I'll say it again.
Like a chip.
Bloodflat. Travi Claus and Wayward Satellite.
Welcome, new members. The Discord is hoppin', Shaline. Would you say hoppin'? What am I like? Let's just pretend that never happened. The Discord is very
I
active.
thought, like, are you
Shaline.
doing are we in the 50s?
Yeah.
Is this the sock
No, that's
hop? Are
that's
we gonna meet
boppin'.
at the?
That's yeah.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
gonna say nobody told me I would wear my petticoat.
We've got
you
a
probably said
few.
hop in because you can see all the rabbits behind you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's new in the Discord, Shaline? And how can people join?
Well, people can join by clicking the link right below this Twitch page. That link is live even if the channel isn't. So you can always visit twitch.tv/WeJustLoveGames to join the Discord. Alternately, you can shoot any of us a message on social media and we will get you that link. As to what else is new in the Discord, we have a new channel and it is potentially the best channel. It is Plant Stack.
Oh my god.
And there are everybody's posting their plants, and I love them, and everybody's plants are so beautiful.
It's wild.
And it's bringing me a lot of joy.
And people are coming out of the woodwork. Like, we have people that are like, "Oh, I've been working at a nursery for 8 years. Like, here is my entire career of pictures." Just like
we had some people with some really exotic plants.
Yeah.
Carnivorous plants and
boy.
corpse flowers. I believe it was the Titanic that
What?
had corpse
Yes,
flowers.
Titanic, yeah.
That's
Yes.
amazing. The whole corpse flower story, the one that's blooming now.
Mhm.
I'm not so sure about the channel, but I think it's going to grow on me. Rick's not here. That's one for you, man.
I was just gonna say, thank you for bringing the Rick to the show. Yeah, great, wonderful. Yeah, I love Plant Stack. I have I've taken a more of an interest in growing plants this summer, more than usual, and I think it's kind of like born out of the pandemic. I work remotely, so like I get up in the morning, I make my coffee, and I just like go rub my face in some plants for like 15 minutes, and then I'm like ready to start my day. So
See, I wish I could do that.
So I loathe gardening. I really, really hate it. I absolutely hate it. And my mum likes gardening, so she's often out in the garden doing. She loves it. And like when she says, "Oh, I'm doing gardening," I said, "Yes, I've planted some plants as well in my Minecraft game."
I
we should do a
I
whole
love my
segment.
plants in Minecraft, but real world plants, no.
Wait, Shaline, we need to do a game gardening segment, I think.
That would be actually really fun.
Mhm.
I
that
could
would be.
an
Yeah.
Animal Crossing segment
Yeah.
about hybridizing flowers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What were
Yeah,
you gonna
a
say, Sarah?
Stardew segment.
I had two ambitions in life. I have really bad allergies. The dames know about it. My struggles. I had two ambitions in life. I wanted to be a farmer, and I wanted to be a smoker, and I'm allergic to both things. So.
Yeah, allergies are a terrible.
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
And I live in the worst place in the world for them, so it is what it is.
Well, the Discord has
there's-
been very active. Well, who said something? Did
That
somebody?
was me. You're rubbing your plants all over your face that you were talking about. Reminded me of there's a Japanese practice called the translation is forest bathing, and it's like a psychological well-being you get from going into the woods and walking.
Mhm.
And my mother-in-law taught me about it, and now I have to go for a regular forest bathe to clear my head because the city can be toxic or something.
The city is toxic, and that is
Mhm.
why I hike as much as I can in the summer months. Yeah.
Forest bathing,
Mm-hmm.
good
Mhm.
for you.
Yeah, the Discord's been pretty busy. We added another new channel actually that I wanted to mention, and that is the screenshots and stories. So if you feel that you want to share some of your in-game screenshots, or perhaps a story with a screenshot, or just the story itself, you can add them directly into that channel, and as they populate, we will take them and add them into the show. So yeah, feel free to add there. I guess we should hop into some news.
If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment.
Take it away, Shaline.
The news is out of this world, you guys. In fact, it's several worlds. It's Fallout worlds. That's basically all we have to talk about for the news today is Fallout worlds. This is an update that was introduced to the PTS just this week, and this will offer players the ability to customize the game in public worlds and with custom worlds. And Fallout Worlds is available, of course, in the PTS, so if you're on PC, you can install that, give it a shot. But Public Worlds will help you select different settings to customize the gameplay into what you want it to be.
Yes.
Public worlds are something that Bethesda is offering. These will be available 1 week at a time. They'll be rotating them. And when they go live in the full version of the game, they will be available monthly. And these are settings that Bethesda has basically curated for players to try. Some examples include Happy Builder, in which there would be no camp placement restrictions, relaxed building restrictions, all map locations discovered,
I
and
like that.
PvP completely
Oh,
disabled.
I like that too.
That sounds like my kind of place.
Right? It's like creative
happy.
mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That may
And-
just that may just bring me back. Mhm.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Mhm.
The next one is called Dweller Must Die. Reduced damage is dealt by players, increased damage received, and greatly increased enemy difficulty, and dark bog weather effects. I'm not sure what dark bog means, but it sounds a little spooky. So,
Very
like
spooky.
it. I like it.
indeed. Butcher's Delight is the third example. Infinite ammo, no AP costs from combat, and enhanced dismemberment. So that's basically just a slaughter fest. It just turns into like
Butcher's
a
Delight.
grindhouse.
I just
Yes.
imagine Shaline just running through with a tambourine. I just want to talk. I just got some ammo I want to give you.
I
Come here,
just want to
buddy.
be
I
friends.
just want to show
Yeah.
you something.
Where did you get your hat?
She's so
I
innocent
wonder
until she's not.
if when NPCs see me coming, if they just like store their hats in their inventory. Just like self-defense.
There's the lady that steals all the hats.
The fourth example is called Quantum World, and they give you max jump height, no fall damage, and nuked creatures and flora, and quantum storm weather. And I'm really interested to know what a quantum storm is. I hope it's blue.
I was just thinking that. Is it blue?
Blue-ish.
Yes.
So quantum storms are pretty awesome with a little bit of Technicolor. It's bluish, but Technicolor. But a
Ooh.
quantum storm in a nuke zone, you're getting purple, you're getting green, you're getting blue. Yeah, they can overlap.
Ah, I love
Oh.
this.
One of
Oh,
my
I like
favourite
this
colours.
a
That's
lot.
gonna be
That
beautiful.
sounds
for photo mode.
wonderful. The final example they've given for public worlds is called High Risk, in which you have no fast travel, PvP is always on, and players drop additional loot on death. So that is a
Whoa.
PvP player's dream.
Yeah, that just makes me want to curl up in the fetal position.
Yes, it also sounds like the opposite of what I want as
Yeah.
well, but it will make some people very happy.
And that's kind of the point here. I think it's important to note, first of all, that currently on the PTS, the public world that is available is the quantum world. And these public worlds are going to rotate, what, every month or so, Shaline? Is it about once a month? Is the
It's said
plan?
monthly, yes.
Yep. And those are available to anyone with or without Fallout First. So that's super important to note. You will still have
Yes.
access to your regular adventure, your
Mhm.
friends, privates, or custom privates. And then you'll also have everybody can jump into public worlds. So that's what's neat. Going to reset your progression every month. It's a different system, but it should be a lot of variety.
Mhm.
And everything they do in public, you can set up on your custom private, plus a whole lot more.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jess.
Did you call
Um,
it the PTSD?
I didn't. And I won't make the joke.
I just thought it was brilliant if you did.
Custom worlds are an option for Fallout First players. And of course, people who don't have Fallout First, as Jess said, can join their friends' Fallout First custom world and play with them. So this is where they can create a private world where they can adjust those settings on their own. So you would select it from the main menu, select custom world, and select world template. And you can choose from some setup templates, but also just customize each little setting. The way this is described, I haven't tried this in the PTS yet, so correct me if I'm wrong, but the way this is described reminds me pretty strongly of when you start a new Don't Starve game, and it gives you like 8 pages of choices. How hard do you want combat to be? Do you want winter to last a little longer? That kind of thing. So is that accurate, Jess?
That is absolutely accurate. It's like setting up a custom game on Civ would be another good example.
Oh, great.
when you're
great.
going through all of that. Yeah. In the articles about it, so there are 3 main articles, Evelyn, you're probably going to get to. But the one that is officially the PTS notes, there are some pictures of what you might see. And yeah, a lot of settings. There are 6 basic overall factors. I don't have them written down. I apologize, but it's environmental, it's weather, it's combat, it's social. And then each of those has many settings in them.
Right. Here in this article, we've got workshop. You can build in previously restricted areas, disable the need for electricity, increase your camp budget and build height, relax building restrictions, disable item collision, etc., etc. You can adjust combat options like creating infinite enemy spawns, changing the PvP rules, adjusting enemy difficulty, giving yourself infinite ammo, changing item durability, etc., etc. Some general tweaks like the ability to disable fast travel or make it free, choosing special weather effects like rad storms, nuke zones, and new weather effects like the quantum storm we were talking about and the dark bog that I'm actually kind of looking forward to finding out what it is.
Dark bog. Rick's supposed to come in and say something funny about that. I got nothing. I'm trying really hard, you guys.
I mean, dank bog, it's going to be murky. What if dark bog is very Point Lookout or Far Harbor? We're talking fog rollout.
Oh,
that is what I'm hoping for.
That would be awesome.
Yes. And you can add filters, adjust the jump height, fall damage, or the consequences of death. And it states here that some custom world settings may affect the game's performance, but you're still free to use them, which I appreciate. They will let you mod it until it breaks, which is what we love to do with Bethesda games.
Just wondering if you could have hordes of ghouls or something chasing you around the map.
Yes, you can spawn in enough ghouls that you're getting 1 frame a second if you want.
Try to survive that.
I love that Beth has been very clear in some of their comments, tweets, and posts on this that some of these effects you can enable will affect performance. It's that classic.
Yes.
They're adding so many things that you can do via mods in a lot of the classic solo games yourself. And as with mods, not every rig can handle it.
Right.
But we're still going to try. We're still going to try to break it.
Enable all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't that the point?
And the it really is.
Shaline's
really
just going to spawn in a bunch of hats. It's going to be hats everywhere.
I am. It's just going to be Hatlandia.
Raining hats.
Wearing hats.
Hatlanta.
Hatlanta.
That's what you need.
It'd be so good.
You're ridiculous. That's
the progress of your characters in public or custom worlds is specific to that world, and it is separate from adventure mode. So basically what happens is you're creating a doppelganger of your adventure mode character that you can use in these worlds.
Interesting.
So you'll have what you go in with, but then your progress there diverges.
Well, I mean, how much time have we put into character creation?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Your character, Shaline, is beautiful.
I could never recreate the majesty
Right?
that is Jim.
I agree.
We need to have that option.
One of a kind.
Yes, indeed. And the other major thing in this article, of course, forgive me, I forgot to mention this article is from Bethesda.net. So we're getting this straight from the horse's mouth. Daily Ops expansion is the next item of conversation. Of course, I really enjoy Daily Ops. I've enjoyed having more options, not only in terms of the game mode, but also in terms of what enemies you face, what location you're in, and what special effects are brought to the table. So this new Daily Ops expansion is going to increase the challenge, but also increase the rewards. So double mutation weekend events are something that they're planning. And double mutation events will mean that the daily ops will be randomized each day with enemies who have one of the 8 combinations of 2 different mutations.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
These will run every other weekend from Thursday to Monday, starting and ending at the Daily Ops reset time. And in PTS, they are going to be active for the duration of the playtesting phase. So you can check those out at any time if you were going to participate in the PTS.
So
And while the go ahead.
are we talking like jumping protectrons? Like I'm trying to imagine this in my brain.
Yeah. So we've got things like freezing and
Right.
resilient
Right.
and healing. So you might have resilient robots that can also heal each other in groups.
Like electrically charged.
Yes,
But they
stuff
probably
like
won't
that.
be doing things that are outside of their normal, right? I'm
Right.
thinking about like marsupial wouldn't make sense.
No, they're going to have the same
Okay.
mutations that Daily Ops already has.
Oh, okay, I
So
see.
one of these days we're going to run up on resilient savage strike creatures, and all of our days are going to be just wrecked.
Run away.
It's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to
that
have
one.
nightmares.
Yeah, resilient with the toxins too.
Oh yeah,
That poison just kills me.
Yeah.
I actually changed my legendary perks to enable the poison resistance for
Mm,
that
that's
because
smart.
I was getting wrecked
Oh.
so hard.
Oh, I see what you mean. What they already have. I was thinking they were adding like
Yeah.
our mutations into what they were doing, like the ones
No,
we can
it's
get.
the mutations that they already have in Daily
Okay,
Ops.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. It would be fun if we had robots with marsupial.
Well, that's
though.
what I was
would
thinking.
quite
I'm
like that.
They would
I
be
hope
so
the Bethintern is
dented.
taking notes.
Yeah, they would just be like these bashed up tin cans floating
would.
around.
Bethintern is always taking notes, Shaline.
Mhm.
All of the greatest ideas that came to the Fallout universe were first thought of on this show.
Well, good.
Not
One point for
exclusively
me there.
this show, but quite a few of them. The Beth
Yes.
interns are always listening.
Right. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I've talked to the Beth intern, and they said they love it. They love what you're doing. Keep it
Oh.
up. And
She talks to the Bethintern. Did you hear that, Shaline? She talks
Oh
to
my
She talks to
gosh.
the Bethintern.
Is Jess the Bethintern?
Oh my god!
is this the face of a Beth intern?
I don't believe
No.
you. She's lying. It's a trap.
Yes.
Even if she's not, she's
That
definitely
is just
people,
what
right?
an undercover Bethintern would say.
Exactly.
Exactly. Mhm.
Busted.
But the increased rewards that you can get from these double mutation events include 2 to 6 legendary cores for the first and subsequent Elder Tier completions, and double XP during every Daily Ops playthrough, double in-game currency rewards from every Daily Ops playthrough. And here's a list of potential double mutations that you may find yourself up against. Blistering Cold are enemies that have freezing touch and swift-footed. Chilling Mend are freezing touch with the group regeneration. Clouded Toxins are enemies with active camo and the toxic blood. Relentless have the resilient and the group regeneration mutations. Stinging Frost have freezing touch and toxic blood. That's tough because they'll freeze you so you can't get out of the toxic cloud very fast. Swift Talker, stalking enemies have the active camouflage and the swift-footed mutations. Unstable have volatile and swift-footed. And vaporous enemies will have the volatile and active camouflage mutations. And they have added communists to the pool of randomized enemy groups
What?
you may
What
encounter.
will they even
in
be?
Daily
What will
Ops
they
mode.
be? Is it going to be liberators? But no, it's not robots.
I
So-
assume it's going to be a mixture of ghouls and robots.
Yeah, like maybe communist schools wearing like the communist outfit that was in the atomic shop and some other
Yes.
stuff, shouting slogans. I don't know. I'm a little bit. I feel like this could go awry, but we'll see.
Shady.
Do you remember the oh my gosh, what was that beautiful place under White Springs?
Mm-hmm. I've forgotten the name of it
Yeah,
now.
the Enclave bunker. You mean?
The place that you
No,
visit
the-
during.
The deep. You're talking about the
The
deep.
Yes,
Deep,
the deep.
right.
That's all we called it. Yeah.
So the baddies inside the deep were the communists, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
that's what
perfect.
I
Them.
envision as being the communists as well.
Yeah.
And maybe some of them will be wearing the Chinese stealth armor, and they'll be
Oh,
extra
that would
stealthy.
be cool.
Mhm.
That would be so cool. Oh, I hope they do that.
And also, I just in, I got a text. The Beth intern says marsupial enemies. You say? So
Ooh,
hmm
lovely.
Sarah, we're gonna blame you, just so you know.
Like giant koalas.
You know, I'm really glad that they're setting like the double mutations is a set thing and it's not a randomized thing, because the exploding resilient might cause like nightmares or something.
Exploding resilient would
Can
be
you
so
imagine?
fun for me. Because that's basically my play style as is. I have the 5-point palm exploding heart technique
Oh,
for one of my
yeah.
legendary effects. So yeah, that would be wonderful. I would love that.
So you'd have to mount fireproof and a bunch of stuff, or else, I mean, you'd be going down constantly. I'm worried about stealthy exploding. Like, that would be bad too, because you got to get right in there to actually kill them usually.
Right.
Well, it's like the equivalent of like having really, really high sneak and then reverse pickpocketing somebody with a frag grenade, right?
That is so much
Oh,
fun.
I forgot you could do
It
that.
really is. Isn't it the best?
It's the best.
Is that a grenade in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
There are some new locations that are being added to Daily Ops as well. The Arctos Pharma Biome Lab, Watoga High School, the Uncanny Caverns. I'm really looking forward to Watoga High School. I think that'll be a really fun Daily Ops location. Yeah. There's not a ton of excuses to go in there if you don't have a big group together to do Monster Mash. They've also updated rewards. They're adding some plans for new legendary weapons, new themed cosmetics, and more, including Arctic marine armor, a mechanic's best friend pipe wrench, a soul survivor lever action rifle, and an outfit that is a black hazmat suit. Ooh. A Mirelurk King tube, a Blood Eagle Skull Lord outfit, helmet, and a Blood Eagle auto grenade launcher paint. So all of that sounds fantastic. I'm excited.
Do any of you use the auto grenade launcher?
I use it in Nuclear Winter.
Yeah.
It's the best in Nuclear Winter.
I hit stuff with big sticks. That's my go-to. I don't really use guns, so.
Auto grenade launcher can be rough. Our friend Andrew tried it when he had an explosive character role. Our playthrough before last, and so he was crafting 40mm rounds nonstop, and those take a lot of materials. They're hard to buy. A lot of people sell them for too much, so you run out really quick if it's auto. But it's a ton of fun, no doubt.
Can you get it at Walmart?
Probably.
Probably an America vendor.
Not here though.
Vendor, you could probably get it at the Walmart down the street here. Yeah. Let's be real. If not, you can get it at the flea market that's right beside the Walmart down the street.
A little serial number just scratched off there. Sounds like there's a lot of really good stuff coming. I particularly am excited about the ability to build everywhere and anywhere.
How awesome will that be?
Yeah.
This is what I wanted from the start.
Right.
From the start.
You want to place anywhere, you want to build anywhere, I get it, vendor. And I know your best time with the game was when you had Fallout First, right? I mean, there are any number of reasons why I didn't click with you, but I think, did you enjoy it most during the time when you were kind of playing on a private server? Or,
Oh, absolutely.
well, obviously with Rick and Shaline, but...
I mean, the elitist in me prefers the Fallout First. Yeah, I don't know. I just... there's something weird about it, and I've mentioned it on the show before. I thought that I would really like the community feel, but turns out it's actually the complete opposite. I don't like it at all.
There are times when you might want to jump in, but otherwise, yeah, it's such
it's like, get out of my kitchen. That's my plastic fork. Like, don't touch it.
Seriously, I can get 131 plastic in this location if your ass wasn't in here looting ahead of me. What is wrong with you?
I don't know why I'm getting...
Is that Titanic?
No, that would be Whoopi Goldberg in Sister Act singing.
It is
so good.
Because somebody clicked the follow button on my channel.
Is that what plays when you get the follow button on your channel?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
Cross
wonderful.
alerts happen. Cross alerts do happen. But my point is with the private custom world vendor is that you'll have to have Fallout First to always be able to build anywhere you want. But if you're willing to invest, you can do that.
Okay.
It's worth it.
Don't know how to stop this. I don't know how to stop Whoopi from. She
Can you
just
close
keeps
the bot?
going.
Can't
Can you
stop
can you
Whoopi.
shut down the bot?
Can't
Keeps
stop.
going.
There's no stopping Whoopi.
Let's just
Block
lean
the
in.
bot. Block
It's
it.
very faint.
What do I do? This is
Let's
a mess.
just
All right.
let's just
fine.
sing with it.
So while Vendor tries to figure out if Whoopi can be stopped, I'd like to ask you girls what you think about Fallout Worlds. What
Got it.
is this something you're excited about? Is this something you're going to use a lot? Personally, I feel like this is a wonderful, wonderful thing for the game, but probably not something that I will use a ton. So
No, everybody in the chat's like, I'm creating a new account so I can follow.
I mean, I love it, but hopefully you can turn off that alert. It's in a
I-
totally different scene, right?
It's
What
in a,
happened?
it was in a totally different scene, but it's stream. I haven't streamed in a really long time, so Streamlabs is a little bit broken.
Mhm.
Anyways,
Happens. Streamlabs loves broken.
back to
It
what you
lives
were
that
saying, Shaline. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Lovely. Also, check the scene that's up on stream just now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it.
I'm sorry. Where were we?
I don't know.
We're talking about Fallout Worlds. Are you guys excited? Is this something you think you're going to use a lot?
Yeah, I thought it sounded really exciting. I mean,
I feel like this is really going to be a boon for the builders, especially, and also for the RP groups. I feel like it's going to be really cool for the RP groups.
Yeah.
I wish they could be persistent. I know that's probably not on the table, but
I probably
Yeah.
won't do anything with mine, but I'm gonna really enjoy like hanging out with other people on
Mhm.
theirs. You know, like
That's just it. Yeah.
Can we build?
Yeah.
Can we build a Damesville?
oh, that would
Yes.
be fun.
That would be fun.
Right.
yeah.
So-
Right next to Hatlanta.
You know, I hope
so
one of the
what would
toggleable
Hatlanta
sessions.
look like?
You guys
Well-
are joking, but there are so many intentional communities right now in the
There
builder
are.
groups and role playing groups. I mean, we've got Charlestown down around Charleston. We've got the Watoga Restoration Project. We've got Somo. We've got Grahamston. We've got a lot of these intentional communities who are really looking forward to this to be able to, take it to another level and actually make the communities even closer together.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It is sad that it's only 8 people at a time though on a server,
Mhm.
right?
I do wish they would expand
So-
that. I feel like there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to have 24 people in a private server. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I can have like 1 million goals, I'm sure.
I
Goals.
think
Goals.
right. This is they have to test it out and look at the statistics. They got to
Yeah.
look at the stats first, right? So
Yeah.
which of these world themes are going to be most popular, and then from there streamline it, make it bigger, grow on it. But I personally, I think, like, imagine inviting 24 people into a server or something to build around We Just Love Games Lake,
Oh my gosh.
right? Like,
It sounds wonderful.
we
Yeah.
have 24 lots on the lake. Lake view. Do you want lakeside, or do you want by the waterfall? Yeah.
Closer to Johnson's Acre.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
Apartment
There are
complexes,
two
can you build
things-
it
Go
one
ahead.
person's-
Go-
It's on top
What's
of
that?
another person's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because if you can overlap.
Yeah, that's the other thing that I'm curious about, because in other building games like Ark, for instance, if you are a different player and you're not on the same sort of team or group, you can't build within a certain radius of other people. So how's that going to work out? I don't know. I'm excited to see. What were you going to say, Jess?
So there are two things that they're kind of missing from Fallout Worlds that Shaline has already hinted at. The two things that would make it kind of ideal and exactly what everybody would want would be persistent servers, so that it takes it from a Minecraft realm that spawns when you spawn it to a Minecraft realm that is persistent. So you can work as a community and join when you want. As it is now, in order for everybody else to join, which they can,
You have to have
people can have
somebody
their own character. They'll have a custom character that lives on that world. They can build there. They have to use a camp slot and one of their Fallout Worlds character slots, but they can create there with you. And you can create this with a bunch of people, but the person who owns the server has to be logged in and playing for that to be accessed and available. So
Right.
number one is persistent, and number two is number of people per server. Now,
Yeah.
Jeff Gardner has talked about this a lot. The very first thing people thought when they saw the roadmap back in March, the evolution of private worlds, and everybody said, yes, we're getting more people. That is not there, but it was brought up in the Reddit AMA back in spring that you guys remember. It's been brought up in a number of interviews that they've had around E3 and other things. And So Bethesda is very aware that our number one want, beyond what they've already implemented for Fallout Worlds, is more people. Can we get 24? I don't know. All the things they're doing are going to stress the server, but can they make it 12, 16, 20?
Right.
I run a lot of events, you guys know, and we could really use
Seriously.
a few more people in there
Yeah.
without having to worry about playing on public and having people drop by who are of the less, I don't know, socially minded persuasion.
The more
but, like,
trolley variety.
Yes, trolley troll.
This news for you, Jess, is a welcome relief, though, because you do plan a lot of community events. So, like, how do these changes affect what you're already doing?
They affect it positively for the most part. For what I do, as far as building shows and stuff like that, we're going to have a lot of opportunity to see people do things we've never seen before. So from a from a showcase aspect, there's that. For hosting some shows and competitions, that will change a little bit because we can set world values and rules to be the competition rules, as opposed to having to have people enable PvP, drop certain things, have certain behaviors, basically take RADX, lower your mutations. If we're in a private world where we can turn off these things and have PvP already enabled, it makes logistics much easier. So yeah, there's a lot of benefit, but I actually see new things coming out of it too that we haven't thought of yet because we haven't had an opportunity.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. Do you guys think that this is sort of so in Bethesda? Sort of, it seems like what they're doing is that they're just sort of releasing things now. They're making it more user friendly. They're giving people more access to things that they would have never done at the beginning. Do you think that this might be maybe a bigger step or a step towards something bigger that they may be working on?
Yes. I would say this is the biggest thing they've done since Wastelanders. I know we got daily ops. I know we have seasons. I know we got the Steel Dawn, Steel Rain content. Wastelanders changed the game immensely. Mm-hmm. This is also going to change the game immensely. But, I mean, everything you love will still be there if you want to play your regular adventure or your regular private adventure. All that is still there. No one is losing anything from this.
Mm-hmm.
Except nuclear winter fans.
Well, that is
Shaline's
a whole nother
taking
thing.
that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yes,
I'm not bitter.
I think it was the other day, Shaline, was it you who mentioned something about, Fallout World is living, but nuclear winter had to die? Someone in the Discord did.
I don't think that was me, but
it's very poetic.
I feel it. I feel it in my heart.
And
it resonates.
And that's not entirely accurate, of course. They're letting nuclear winter end for a number of reasons, and I love it. And it is here through September at least. We're expecting this will be rolling out actually for everyone September 14th or so. That's 10 weeks from the start of last season. We'll see. I mean, obviously delays happen. But yeah, RIP nuclear winter. I love it too, Shaline. I know.
Yeah. Sarah Saylor, Pantagruelia, what do you ladies have to say about it? Any thoughts? Oh, Pat, you're muted.
You're muted.
Classic 2021.
Classic 2021. I feel like they're casting their net wide again and seeing if they can make the game appealing to different kinds of players. Like when I hear Butcher's Delight, I feel like I can run in there like Doom Eternal and just, enhanced dismemberment. I want maximized if it could be enhanced
as she
confetti,
sits in front of a backdrop of bunnies and
it's always
happy flowers. She's just wants
right?
to eviscerate everything.
I have been playing
scared, everyone.
She's multifaceted.
Is Joni Mitchell for flashing and hacking through stuff. I feel like they're trying to make it accessible to different kinds of players to see what it'll take.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't love that it's going to be switching though, because I, don't have. I'll feel like I'm missing something if it's if I'm really into the dark bog. I'll miss it when it goes away.
The dark bog.
Bog month coming again.
But you can make your own bog. That's the thing. Public worlds with other people will be so fun, but you'll have the settings to make dark bog probably.
I think we need to start a bog witch faction.
Yes. please?
We should.
Oh,
Yes.
Sarah's
it?
all over that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that would be
Yes,
so
already.
good.
Decorate our hair with leaves and sticks and consume the flesh
the dark bog
of those who
dames.
offend us.
The dark bog dames.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. We
I'm
can
about it.
admire and actually live inside the
Oh,
bog,
I love it.
in the
Yes.
water,
Yes.
and then
That would just be
ride.
fun.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be so awesome. I'm already all about the dark bog anyway.
Yes.
We could like
I don't even know what it
ghillie
is yet.
armor on and just like come out of the water.
Yes.
And
So
be all,
the
like,
ghillie,
drippy.
all with ghillie, and oh, that'd be
Yes,
great.
do it.
Yeah.
Yes, bog
Let's
witches
do it.
unite. It's gonna be
Bog
good.
witches unite.
It's funny
That'd be
because when the
great.
game first launched, one of the primary RPs people were talking about before it came out, and everybody's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" Like, a lot of people are like, "I'm just gonna be a murder hobo and hang out in bushes and jump at people." Like, okay, it's happening.
Just for a little thing, is that in Australia the word bog is also a word that's used for the toilet.
Okay,
Oh,
Dark toilet.
right? I didn't want to say
Love it more.
The dark bog is something entirely different for you.
I was gonna make a joke about a bidet that I just bought, and I'm really excited about it, but I didn't want to. I thought because I'm there with you, Sherry. I got you. It's there. Dark bog.
quick
Brilliant.
note.
So
in
what you're
chat-
saying, Vendor, is that you bought a new dark bog.
I have a bidet for my dark bog.
Hopefully,
There
it's
you
a
go.
bright bog, not dark.
A dark badog.
Rick is rolling over right now. He's just.
I don't think you can call it a bog if you have a bidet though. That's a bit too classy
For washing your
for a
backside.
bog.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic. I like the dark bog spinoff. Patrick, you do touch on something though, because this could just be another social experiment of Bethesda's.
It is all a dark
It is all.
experiment by Vault Tech.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
So.
we think that it's fictional in the game, but the whole Fallout 76 universe is just one big social experiment. And I've been saying this from the beginning. That is my theory. I'm sticking to it. Just one.
You're
big,
not wrong.
one big social
No.
experiment.
Yeah. What
Lovely.
happens if we give them infinite ammo?
Right? Like the scientist in me, like sociologists, you could write a whole PhD dissertation just on these new changes to the game and how communities work together. Like, I think it's so cool, the data that comes out of it. Obviously, they don't share that with us because it's all proprietary, but I'd be curious to see which of those themes is the most popular. I would expect that Happy Builders probably is one of the most popular themes, but I could be wrong. I'm definitely biased. So,
Well, it
I
also
think-
definitely gives a place for some of the survival players
yeah.
Yes.
to go.
Yeah.
You know, like the PvP, because
The runners and
Nuclear
stuff,
Winter
yeah.
has lots of PvP, and then we had survival with PvP. So it is it's giving us a PvP world
Yeah.
for people to grief each other and
I
around.
wouldn't be surprised if we see some new social phenomena emerge from this. Like games that people invent inside some of those themes
Yes.
that become mainstream, chicken dinner and things like that.
What
Yeah.
if we start creating our own little Vault Tech experiments in our private worlds?
I love it.
Well,
it's great.
What if you take Happy Builder and you mush it together with Butcher's Delight and have like a Saul situation?
Oh
It's brilliant.
man.
Brilliant.
Some of them builders be happy. I love it, Sarah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. And terrible.
Jess, I think there was something you wanted to bring up.
Oh, just a quick note that was brought up in chat. The fact with custom and public worlds running along with seasons, they mentioned that there's no progression when you're in a public world or a custom world, and that does extend to everything in seasons. So if you are jumping in and playing in these different worlds with different rules, you won't be progressing things on the season board as it stands now. Now, will they make some custom challenges and add to the daily challenge or weekly challenge list that will involve these new things?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But for now, there's no progression in regular adventure mode. Your character is not going to level up adventure mode style. You'll level up separately. You can build and store separately. Everything is still being tracked, but your list of challenges for atoms. Those probably aren't going to continue, and definitely not your season progression and your character level in main adventure.
I'm okay with
Interesting.
that.
Thank you.
I'm okay with that. From a happy builder's perspective, the build is the progress. For me, anyways.
Yeah. I think the most popular of the public worlds, I mean, there'll be a bunch. Some of them are going to be visual opportunities. And you mentioned also, when we started this subject, is this a gateway to something larger?
Right?
And this is a first step maybe towards mods because they've talked about it for a while. We're now getting this new kind of private server with a bunch of settings you can tweak. Well, what if they then allow people to do more and actually bring things into it? We don't know, but that it feels like the first step towards that, or well, maybe the second step since private were really the first.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're ever going to get true modding in Fallout 76. I sometimes I think we may just see maybe some more evolution on this concept of public worlds, but I'm starting to doubt that we're ever going to see proper mods.
Yeah. At most, it'll probably be Creation Club style. That's what that's what I've been saying for a while.
Yeah.
That it'll be things that Bethesda can approve, and they can allow you to bring in
Right,
maybe
right.
by only approved modders. Like Creation Club, where
Yes.
Eleonora and Fading Signal and people get to do them for Fallout 4. I don't know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Hmm.
Well, I think we've about covered the bases there for Fallout World.
It was a long topic.
It was a good discussion as well. I'm really glad that we had you guys here for this one. But our next article is about dog meat. This one was added in, so I'm unfamiliar with this myself. I'm going to be discovering it right along with the rest of you. This is a Game Rant article by Andrew Heaton. The headline is Fallout fan has creepy theory about dog meat that might actually make sense. So this person posits that dog meat may be a supernatural being, in addition to being a very good boy / girl. So
in real life, dog meat was a girl, correct?
yes,
Yes.
yes. For Fallout 4. So this is a fan theory that was posted on Reddit by user Lost Cause. Ooh.
How,
How,
Shaline?
Ooh.
I hope he hears this.
Lost Cause had an idea about dog meat, who of course has been featured in multiple Fallout games. And this theory suggests that dog meat is not an ordinary dog, but is some sort of spirit guide. Saying that the original one from the first game died during the destruction of the cathedral, and then died again in the second game during the battle with Frank Horrigan. So there are continued reincarnations of dog meat throughout the rest of the series. And of course, it could be said that that dog meat is a different dog, a different being in each game, just sharing the same name. But Lost Cause, insists that it is the same dog throughout. So she's brought back in some kind of a ghost-like form to aid the player in a sort of Virgil from Dante's Inferno kind of way. I really like that they used that as the metaphor. The author says that this may be a bit far-fetched, but this is a series about living in a nuclear wasteland that's infested with mutated monsters. So it does explain why dog meat can't die in later games. Dog meat does get injured, but cannot die. So if dog meat is a reincarnated version of the previous dog meats, that could explain it. There is also a theory that the Fallout 3 dog meat is actually a synth.
No.
Of course, dog meat is a very, very beloved Fallout NPC and companion with tremendous popularity. And in 2016, a mod was created for Fallout 4 which allowed players to take control of dog meat and play as dog meat. I remember reporting on that. It was an adorable mod.
Great.
Yeah, but That was a cute little story. I'm glad you guys added that in.
I love dog meat, so
Mm-hmm.
I think that I totally entertain that theory.
What is your head canon for dog meat? Do you think that it's the same dog meat, like the spirit of the same dog meat? Personally, I hope not, because my Fallout 3 dog meat endured a lot of trauma, dying multiple times, watching as her puppies came and died also. Yeah. Was not
We
the
won't
I
discuss
like to
how many
think of-
times I reloaded for dog meat in Fallout 3.
Mm-hmm.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah. it's
I like to think
painful.
it's dog meat as immortal.
As a mortal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can't. He never really dies.
Yeah.
Like dog meat is some sort of a Daedra or something.
Well, just he has an immortal mutation because it's Fallout. It's a Fallout world,
Dog meat was
and everyone has
like,
mutations.
Dog meat is very special because like there was Preston Garvey, and then there was dog meat, and like Preston Garvey's like, "Hey, take me with you," and you're like, "No, I got dog meat." Like I'm gonna take him instead. He's better.
How does Rex figure into that?
Oh,
The-
like the robot dog in
Yeah.
the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
No, in New Vegas.
In New Vegas,
Yeah.
the Kings.
Yeah, with the Kings.
With the Robo Brain.
Is
yeah.
Rex.
You know,
an
I was.
incarnation
That's a
of
good
dog
point.
meat.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure. What do you think, Shaline?
I'm sorry, I lost track of what you were talking about.
Okay.
I was asking if Rex from New Vegas is part of the dog meat continuum in this.
I think that Rex is absolutely part of the dog meat continuum, and I think that the brain that Rex is given affects the future of all dog meats, all subsequent dog meats.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it does fit in with that whole synth theory.
It does. It does.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Pantagruelia?
I think he definitely does. I love Rex. I love Rex, and I love to use that that weapon that had the sonic bark.
Yes,
Because
the
I felt like I was
woof gun.
yeah, the woof woof gun, because I felt like we were fighting together as a team.
Yes.
You know, I had met my New Vegas soulmate, and we were taking over the wastes with our sonic bark together. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm 100% behind that because I love dog meat, and I had to I've only done one playthrough of Fallout 3 with dog meat. I watched him die once, and I just
Oh,
imagine
it's tough.
him.
So hard.
I can't
Yeah.
do it. So
Same.
I just imagine dog meat, he or she, living a free life without my tampering.
Well, even if it's not, the same dog meat throughout the entire series, it's definitely dog meat's lineage. It has to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be given the different breeds and styles and stuff, but I generally agree. The spirit, no matter what, the spirit of
Exactly.
dog meat. Also, anyone, I think it's important to mention, if you haven't played Fallout 3 or you're playing Fallout 3, if you're playing the Game of the Year edition, dog meat is not going to die on you. They've given him like 15,000 hit points. He is a very, very durable dog meat. But if you're playing an old version,
Kidding.
leave him at home.
Wow,
Yeah, for
I
real.
didn't know they made dog meat tough.
Dog meat is way tough.
Tough
Way
meat.
tough.
Really?
That's
Tough meat.
wonderful.
That is really good.
Oh, I feel like that means I need to start another Fallout 3.
Yeah,
Celine?
I just thought it was the puppies thing that you could enable.
Yeah, they
the
added the
puppies
puppies with
perk.
Broken Steel, but beyond the puppies perk, with
Mhm.
Game of the Year edition, he is tough now. So yeah, but Shaline, I feel like I could say almost anything, and it would make you think maybe I should do another Fallout 3 playthrough.
You
Yeah.
have a good point. You know me
Yeah.
too well, Jess.
Mhm.
It's a nice day. Maybe I should do another Fallout 3 playthrough.
Yeah. Every time I ask her to do a Moira Brown impression, she's like, I should go back to
Yes.
Fallout 3.
Oh,
Don't you know?
You got any recipes for me? Anyways, I suppose we should move on with the show and talk about some ballistic bargains. Jen, you want to take us through that?
Absolutely. Do we have the music?
Yeah, there it is.
We
there
go.
it is.
Now I feel like
Yay.
I'm walking through the store in White Springs. So we have some free items because we all love free stuff. Available until July 27th is the Brotherhood of Steel Standing Banner. Till August 8th, this is kind of my favorite everything that we've gotten for free. My favorite anything is the Mr. Fuzzy backpack flare for Fallout First members. I spend a lot of time jumping up and down in third person just to watch it flop around on the back of my Mr. Fuzzy. Wait, I have the demonic Mr. Fuzzy backpack right now. So it's like the angel.
Have any of you purchased the Mr. Fuzzy from the Bethesda store online?
Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay.
Oh,
so
she has like every
show
one of them.
and tell.
She has every one of them.
Oh,
Mr. Fuzzy is your friend. Mr. Fuzzy loves to hug the sheep squad.
oh,
Sheep
Oh my
Squad.
gosh, Sheep
Got them
Squatch
all.
is so
He's
cute.
so snuggly.
Isn't he adorbs? I love him. And he's
Oh my
big. We're
gosh.
talking about relative size. So
amazing.
fuzzy
Yeah.
size, I'll back up. Fuzzy size, sheep squatch size.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow.
So that may
He's large.
explain the
Adorable.
$800 shipping cost.
Like $16. Yeah. Add
Yeah,
more
because we
things.
talked about that
Don't
on the
just buy
last
'em.
episode. Yeah, if it wasn't
I've-
like more in shipping than it actually costs for the product, I would definitely order it in
I
Canada.
want one
Yeah.
so much.
Get it
I
to
want
Canada.
a sheep squatch.
it's
I've made an
super-
order from the store, but I can't remember what it is. But it's
Oh my God, how much would it be in
orders.
Australia? It would be like
Right?
triple.
the shipping is
Because
deadly.
we've calculated it out on the show before. The shipping
I have to really want it.
is worth more than the product itself for Canadians.
Absolutely.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
most instances, but anyways, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Mr. Fuzzy.
No worries. So in the fine tradition that they have developed of free daily things, starting July 20th through to July 26th, we have perfect bubblegum, Radaway ×3, basic repair kit, 250 caps, 25 gold bullion. I always want to say bouillon, but I know it's not it. Lunchbox and nuclear key cards. How are you guys feeling about these free things that weigh you down in your inventory?
I must say, I'm excited that the free indicator goes away now after you claim it. Previously,
Yeah.
it just stayed there forever and
you would
made
get
me crazy.
You would get excited. You'd be like, oh, there's something new free that I don't have. And then you would go and look for it. It's like, dang it.
Well, and it was always
Yeah.
such silly stuff. Like before, when there was something free, it was usually, not just a consumable. It was something, hey, maybe you want.
I do miss non-consumables as free
Yeah.
things. It's been
3
a
months
while.
now. They've been doing this.
This Mr. Fuzzy backpack charm is the first like cosmetic free item we've had
Yeah.
in quite a while.
In a long time. I do appreciate that they allow you to drop it on another character. So one of my old Fallout feed characters is now my
Pack mule?
curator
Oh.
of items. I don't like to say pack mule because I love Norman. She's wonderful.
Oh, Norman is your curator?
Norman is now my, because she has nothing in her, like she's got all of my awesome armor that I don't want to wear.
Norman is the OG Mothman worshiper, right?
Yeah,
and now
that's
a collector of oddities and trinkets and antiquities.
That's right. That's exactly
Beautiful.
it. I think I shall start a museum with Norman. So limited time offers. Jess, I know you've been asking for one of these. We have not this yet, but the Camden Park wood stove for 500.
Oh, is that the one that's in the picture? I love it.
Yes. Do you love it?
Yeah,
I
it's
find
great.
it huge.
It's ugly.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely the sort of thing that I would have like out at a cabin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of into it.
I like the previous wood stoves, and I shouldn't say this is ugly, but it's a little bit gomby is maybe a good word for it. But the fact that it has
Gomby.
wood stacked in it
What
is
does
cool.
Gomby mean?
Look at that wood stove. That's gomby. It means large and awkward. It's kind of a New England word.
Ah.
This is why I love you.
We don't hear that much on the West Coast. Maybe I should started out here?
Gombe.
I think so.
Gombe.
I'm the Gombe spreader for the northern chapter here.
We're just
Very
gonna. Okay.
I feel like if
We're
I
trying to
said
make
that in
Gombe
public
happen.
down here, I would probably get in a fight.
Yeah, same
Really?
here. Same here. We have our own, words that
Yeah.
is absolute local here, but that one it would throw somebody.
And if you say it in the South, they ask you if there's shrimp in it, right?
Yeah, Gombe
Yeah,
does
no.
sound a little delicious.
That word is naughty, Fender. That's very different. Whereas Gombe's just kind of like, a big old boat. Oh my God, I got to move that across my dooryard. It's wicked Gombe. Wicked Gombe, dear. I'm going to need some help.
I love
sorry,
when you
that's
go
my
deep
mean.
into your accent, Jeff.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, it's great. So the thing that we have been looking for, all of us wastelanders, is a shower. So
Yeah,
we're getting a clean
you're
shower
all
for
filthy.
a low price of 300 atoms.
Can we shove the chef in there?
Seriously, I do not want that person handling my food with that much stuff on their apron. I mean, hygiene. Come on.
Yes.
That's just not food safe.
It's not food safe. It really, really isn't.
No.
So our clean shower, I kind of wish it had a different shower curtain. It does not match my gold toilet, but I will live.
Do not like that shower curtain. Why did they choose this?
It's hideous. God, I'm being too opinionated. It is not great. I don't love it.
I think I'm more disappointed that it's not a steam shower.
Yeah. Does
Or
it
a rain
activate?
shower.
With bougie
Has it-
lights and a radio that plays
Oh my
like
gosh.
John Wayne.
Has anyone
Now,
seen a
see-
data mined activation? Like, does it have an animation with it? Because that would be
The,
cool.
the shower?
Not like Sim style. Yeah, not like Sim style where it like all goes fuzzy
Your
and stuff.
whole
but-
body gets pixelated.
I think it does.
That's
Because
great.
I think I've seen like water.
I-
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the shower in the vault works.
You can
Yeah,
put
the
shower
shower
every
in
time I
a
leave
shower.
Vault 76
It's
because
great.
I know I'm not going to see another hot water shower again.
There are a couple of other showers in the game, I believe, that are activatable.
The Overseer has one. Is it activatable? I don't remember.
But when you use the shower, do you get rads?
Oh, that's a good question.
It says
Maybe.
clean shower, so I assume that,
Yeah,
know,
maybe you have purified
if it
water
says-
hooked up.
maybe it's only tritium-14 and not like FDG or something terrible.
I wonder if it's
We'll kill you
affected
in
by how
minutes.
much purified water you have. It was like, let's just stop. Because
That's a
it is
lot of
really,
purified
like,
water.
you need
Oh,
more
I-
purified water.
I feel
just-
like the
I
shower
love it.
should be pink.
I want a gold shower. Like, I mean, if they're going to give us that
Maybe that's not the best
toilet. Oh, my
form
goodness.
of shower.
No. Oh, no.
Gold.
Gold. I didn't
You heard it
put
here.
any
You heard it here,
on
folks.
that.
You heard it here, folks.
Gold is antibacterial. Nothing wrong with the
It
golden shower.
is antibacterial. Oh my good. Let's move on. Lumberjack outdoor bundle for 1,500 atoms. Down home comfort bundle for 1,500 atoms. 50% off the down home wallpaper set artificial wood. So that's 400 atoms. Rustic wallpaper set black ceramic. Is this just the individual walls? I guess. 350 atoms. 12 scrap kits for 250 and basic repair kits for 250.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it. It's great.
I was in the game the other day and I picked up the spa and the mannequins.
Oh yeah.
The spa looks really cool. And let me just say, I have this newfound fascination with like Japanese ofuros. Is that how you say it? Ofuros? Like
I don't know.
those like backyard bathtubs that are like made out of cedar. And
Oh,
you
I
just
want
like
one.
you just climb in it and it's heated by like some sort of like fire oven that's off to the side and they're like $10,000.
I wish
Oh.
I could put something like that out on my porch area.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That
I'd
love
sounds
to do
amazing.
that.
Yes. I want one.
That
I
does
like the
strongly
spa.
resemble the hot tub that they gave us in 76, 2 months ago, which is kind of what inspired this vault version of it. You know how they vaultify things that are popular?
Yeah.
And that was super popular. Now, this kind of looks like an oversized ashtray with a slot machine attached.
Yeah, I don't know what that weird part is. What is that for
See, I don't,
smokes?
when I
You can
ordered it, I don't
electrocute
remember
yourself
that
with a
part
button.
sticking up.
So it's supposed to be an Art Deco temperature gauge of some kind. If you get up
I was
close to
gonna
it,
say-
there is a red bar on it. It does make sense in person, but the colors are very dark. So
Yeah.
it's very weathered. And the fact there are these little divots on the side that looks like a place where you'd put a smoke. So
Yes.
that it is kind of odd to me in person, but it is cool. But I
Well,
like
the
the
divots
OG
on-
hot
Can
tub
you
better.
still
I thought
fit
it was
two
I
people
thought
in
it
this
was one of
one?
those things where you'd have to put tokens in it to operate it.
Well, the classic spas had a configuration like that where that's where the heater was.
I was gonna
right?
say that's the heating element.
Yeah, and they would put coal in there, right?
Mhm.
And then the little slots on the side, I would assume, are for overflow, maybe, if you get a little bit rowdy in the hot tub.
Splish splash. Although, by the way, I have put Yasmin, the cook, in the hot tub. Didn't clean her one bit. Just
Nothing.
as dirty.
Didn't
Nope.
clean her one bit.
Gracious.
Nope.
She needs like shout it out or something.
Maybe it's actually like a
Goodness.
tattoo, and we just thought it was dirt all along.
To be fair, if you ever see Linda, the guitar
Birthmarks?
player, without sometimes your allies get naked. It just happens. Linda, the guitar player, is like that, and I think the doctor might be too. Haven't seen him.
You mean Linda the
The
freeloader?
doctor.
We've just got companions in Elder Scrolls Online, and when you go and get them, to call them to come to you, that brief second while they load in, that brief second they're completely naked. It's very odd.
That's
They flash
awesome.
you?
It's good to hear something from ESO that isn't perfect, because everyone's always like, "Oh, ESO can do this. Why doesn't 76?" Thank you.
Yeah.
But
Thank
the
you.
fun thing about it is that if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't know that the male character is covered in tattoos.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. We can have a nude beach in Happy Builders.
Yes.
You mean a
Thank
scantily
you,
clad
Sherry.
with
Thank you.
dirty undergarments filled?
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Mhm.
yes, yeah.
I wish they would add some options. for
Speaking of
undergarments.
tattoos,
Yeah.
I wish in
Yeah.
Fallout 76 that tattoos were on the body instead of the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be nice.
Mhm.
I mean, how have we made it
That'd be
this
nice.
far without the option to wear a thong?
Mods. I bet
Yeah.
on PC. I think on PC there are underwear replacers because for some odd reason that's always one of the first mods to be made for any of these games.
10 out of 10.
Weird, right? I would pay for clean underwear. Just
Yes.
like the clean mannequin set
Or-
for 800 atoms.
Or hear me out. A strapless bra for the female characters because you have the strapless bathing suit and then her little bra straps stick out of it.
I hate that so
It's
much.
so annoying.
Yeah.
And there's several like off the shoulder get ups, and then there's her little bra strap. No, don't do it.
He needs a
I
strapless
think
bra.
it's soaked if you're in the right.
Pardon?
Would that not be uncomfortable? You're like your whole bra would get waterlogged.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I better hope it's not padded because that'd be nasty.
That would be terrible. It
Dark
would
bog. Dark bog.
Dark
dark fog, indeed. If you're feeling like you have a dark bog in your I don't know what Vault-Tec spa. You see, I'm trying to do this, but
So
Shaline,
good.
you're
So
much
good.
better at
Keep
it than I
going.
am.
Just keep going.
So 500 atoms for the Vault-Tec spa, abandoned mine shelter for 1,500 atoms, additional camp slot for 1,000, and additional special loadout for 500. I bought an additional camp spot.
Yeah, right away.
I am unsurprised to learn this.
Yeah,
I've not done this yet.
yeah. and
I'll do it when
surprise
I
news
want,
to
when I need
nobody.
it.
I love my extra camp slot, and I will buy more. It'll happen. That's where all my trust fund atoms will go.
Trust fund Adams.
Yeah, they're great.
Invest in real estate, Jen. It's the way to go. That's what they say.
Exactly. Weekly offers. Iron Cactus set is available from June 20th to July 20th to July 21st, as is the patterned fringe dress. Uh-oh, I missed it. Crap. Colored wood floor, July 21st to the 22nd, as is the black fisherman's overalls. I'm not giving you the items prices for this because there's a lot of information here. I'll just go cactus set for 140, two-piece pajamas for 420, grain silo 250, postman uniform, seasonal elm trees, summer shorts, the seedy shed which always makes me giggle. A vampire Halloween costume, Corvega turret skin bundle, and camo ops under armor. And those are available from July 20th to July 27th. And it's not all from July 20th to July 27th. Look it up. You'll find it. Headed for the vault. So these will be disappearing. The Brotherhood bundle for 1,800 atoms is available until July 28th. Steel Rain Power Armor Paint, 1,200 atoms until July. These are July 28th. Brotherhood Armory, 700 atoms till July 28th. Brotherhood High Tech Stash Box, 500 till July 28th. Brotherhood Head Wrap, 250 till July 28th, and the Collectron Bundle, 1,500 until July 27th.
Awesome.
You guys get excited about any of that stuff? Anyone do the Collectron Bundle?
I bought that flapper dress.
Yeah.
I was really excited about the flapper dress.
I forgot to buy the flapper dress.
Me
So-
too. I'm so sad.
The grain silo is kind of cool. It's really large, but it's a nice set piece to kind of do something different with your camp. The summer shorts are just fun and hilarious. They ride up, but they're really cute. The CD shed was the first prefab that they offered, and that's the one that I call the Whack Shack with the green, and it's got the
Shit.
gate door. It's a good one. It's a good one because it's very decorative. But all the other ones, the vampire costumes, okay. Oh, the elm trees. Buy all the trees. Trees can really make your camp feel just luxurious.
Trees and
Especially with oil
shrubs.
lamps.
Trees and
Mhm.
shrubs and flowers are a huge part of video games for me.
We need more flowers, vendor, because we've got hubcap flowers in 76 now, which are fun and
Yes,
Sarah, how
Alex in chat called them the steel magnolias.
Steel
Oh my gosh,
magnolias.
perfect.
That's brilliant.
That is beautiful. Sarah Saylor, I was just wondering, is that an authentic thing? Have you seen hubcap flowers down Kentucky
Yes.
Way?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
it's
definitely
a
not-
big it's a big
Is it
thing.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty
Yeah,
big thing here in Alberta too.
Hubcap flowers. People take like tractor wheels, old tractor wheels, and they make flower beds out of them.
Mhm.
They make planters. Yeah, there's a lot of that kind of stuff here.
Nice.
If you venture into Plant Stack, 4 Mile Farm has posted a photo. Her uncle, who lives just down the road, they took an old pickup truck and they plopped it right in the middle of a flower bed and they just covered it in flowers. And it's like this old rusty pickup truck and there's just flowers growing all through it. It's really pretty.
That's
That
gorgeous.
sounds great. We need more flowers. We need rose bushes. We need lilacs and daffodils. We need, maybe some flowering trees.
Okay.
That
There
would
are
be.
daffodils.
We need
There's
honey
small ones in the
snuggles.
planter. I guess I'm thinking bushes that we can grow because we've got a few planters. And I realize that this is so not wasteland appropriate. And I do apologize for being like, what about my lore? Okay, so there are parts of West Virginia that haven't been touched, and there are still some, decent seeds. And fine, if they need to be, mutant daffodils.
Well, what about
Right?
the corpse flower? It could like ward off your enemies. You know?
Mhm.
Why aren't we able to we have those corpse flower seeds? Why can't we plant them?
I
You know?
also would like to have plantable flowers of the kind that you can harvest, like the ash rose and the soot flower, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would
'cause you
be
can get
Yeah, that would be really nice.
fantastic.
And the
So, sorry.
go ahead. No, I'm just listing random things.
Note for the Bethintern, Vault Tech Agricultural Kit, right? Or like a
Yes.
landscaping kit. Can we get even like
She's
a
writing it
kit of
down.
seeds or something?
She's writing.
Yeah,
Look, there's a
good.
pen. She is the
Got a pen.
Pathetic.
We need a
Like-
landscaping kit.
Really, like a nice rockery with a bit of little
Yes.
fountain.
Can I like place like random rocks and like build myself a little garden waterfall?
We have
Yeah.
rocks now.
Yeah,
Vendor,
we
have
do
rocks.
have rocks.
In like 3,
We
4
do.
sizes. They stack. They're amazing. You can use them along with the bushes. I have seen some beautiful, beautiful landscapes. Nice shrubbery with a little path down the middle. I mean, it's perfect.
Mhm.
The building is very different than the last time you played.
That's a really important thing. Like that, it is. I'm understating how important that is to me. To put it into perspective, in Ark, you can even place individual blades of grass. And like I spent an entire weekend building a water feature once in Ark. And it was like covered in rocks and coral and lilies, and there was lights all throughout it, and there was like bulrushes coming up, and like I spent so much time on this like trickling water feature, and that was like the only thing I built in my base and never went back. So
My
huge part of it.
vendor, my friend Renee recently sponsored a display contest, and it was basically enter your best wasteland display, and it was all water features and people building aquariums, and there was
Love it.
there was a statue made out of objects. Really fun. So people are, that creative side is
great.
really, they're leaning into it.
Mm-hmm. It's good. I'm glad they're embracing it. Speaking of embracing things, we should embrace our next segment with some gameplay. What have you guys been playing? Who wants to go first? Anyone? Bueller?
I'll go first. So I've been playing a ton of 76 lately. I actually played through the Steel Rain storyline along with Archon. It was really enjoyable. We're gonna keep it spoiler free, of course. But I really liked it. I thought it was pretty well written. There was one character that made me want to tear my hair out, or maybe tear her hair out, more specifically. But it was really good. It was a little short. I felt like we were in the middle when we got to the last quest, so it was a little short, but very enjoyable altogether. Quite liked Steel Rain. I did feel like the choices had a little more weight than they did previously. But I liked it quite a lot. Also, I've been trying to keep up with my homework, be a good student, and I've been trying to keep up with the homework. Been playing with Rick and with Archon, and doing our daily ops and doing our daily grinds there. One day I had logged on by myself. I was working on some homework, and I got a message from Sora from our community.
Mm-hmm.
I've probably mispronounced the name. I think we always mispronounce the name, and I'm sorry about it.
I mean, you're like, if you say it enough times, you just turn into a Canadian.
Big fan of Kingdom Hearts, Sora. Yeah.
And Sora invited me to check out his Responders Hall of Memory, which you can see if you're watching the video version.
Oh,
This is my
yeah.
background, the Responders Hall of Memory.
Look at that.
And yeah, that was a great little camp that he had there, with different displays for the different factions of Responder, and it was a nice little camp. And he had a little pre-war vault underneath with a cute bathroom. It was really funny. And he also had Graham stop by, so I got to go shopping, make some progress on my plan collection, which was really fun. And that was my gameplay. It was a good time.
Graham is one dedicated employee.
I love Graham.
Like,
Wonderful.
still out there just selling, making a living. I love it. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody else has to go now.
I volunteer.
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to volunteer Sherry. I think Sherry was about ready to jump in now.
Yeah, I'm happy to jump in. I have been mostly recently playing Elder Scrolls Online, although even that's died down a bit recently. Elder Scrolls Online's recently come out with something like the daily ops that you have in Fallout 76, where you got these daily and weekly little quests sort of things, little tasks to do. And I was keeping it up at first, but then I gave up. So I don't always have the time to play.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like I didn't need extra tools on me. So I stopped worrying about it.
That's one of the things for me with 76 is I couldn't keep up with the homework.
I don't need the chools.
I couldn't keep up with
I don't want to have to be stressing about that stuff. I just want to, when I hop in, I just want to play the game and not be I've got to do this and this to get these coins or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm just I'm not achieving it, and then I worry about it. So I've given that up for now.
Yeah.
I
Homework
dropped
is
into
hard.
yeah. Usually in ESO, I'm usually fussing around with all the costumes of the multiple characters I have. It's like a game of paper dolls for me. I'm not so much interested in the house building a lot of people do with the decorating houses in there. So I'm more about the fashion. So, but I was in actually 4076 the other day. I dropped in. I went to get some play done, and I felt a bit lost.
What?
I was like, where was I at? And I just felt really unprepared to go forward and continue on the quest because I felt like my character was underpowered.
Probably.
Definitely underpowered. And also when I look at, I went to the workbenches and stuff to see what I can do to fix this. But I don't have the materials to upgrade anything or to fix things.
Yeah, that's when you really have to go back and, play some in the forest, play in the Toxic Valley. I in the We Just Love Games Discord, great community there, a lot of people talking. And there's a section for Fallout 76. And every once in a while, we get new players who come in. And, some of us are full of advice. And I always tell people, take it slow when you follow the main quest, but it pushes you to do the Rose quest before you're ready. And even with One Wasteland, or especially with One Wasteland, where even though they supposedly leveled you to make it more equal, it's still too soon. You have 3 Western regions to explore. Do that until at least level 30, 35, and then start gearing up appropriately. There's tons to do there, tons of side quests. Focus on those.
I think I'm at level 41 though.
And we need to get you some better gear.
I think I definitely need better gear.
Look at the perks. One Wasteland did make it harder. I know you've only played off and on since then. Like you have come back, but you mostly focused on building when you did.
So. I do. I'm really proud of my new place, especially the fence around my place. And it's a fence that completely surrounds, which I'm a bit frustrated when a ghoul gets in there. I'm like, how do they get in there?
Yeah.
The fence is supposed to keep it out.
Your yard is so big that they just spawn inside it.
That ghoul is the one with marsupial.
They like to spawn near camp unit, to be honest. So if you can hide your camp unit, get your camp unit outside, it's less likely to happen. But honestly, ghouls find a way.
Stinky buggers.
Shaline, remember when I built on that spawn point?
Yes, that was funny. They would come up through your floor.
Yeah. Well, I had built on WJLG Lake, and all was fine, but then Bethesda decided to push an update to the game that created a spawn point right underneath my house.
Yes, it's a random event spawn right where Vinder's house was.
So, like, all of these ghouls would just, like, randomly show up under my floor.
Sometimes there would be a death claw in his sitting room.
Was it ever something fun, like mannequins or like an unexploded rocket? Or was it only an enemy spawn?
No, it was like enemy spawns, yeah.
Because I have a meat spawn in my favorite camp location.
Yeah, a meat spawn. Like it's
I
just
log
like a
in.
bag of meat, just like...
Sometimes I log in, well, not down, actually up. So I log in, every once in a while it starts spitting mole rat meat, cat meat legs, just out of the ground, right near where my water is. And that's because I'm on the edge of a prime meat for meat week. So I'm on the edge of one of those locations, and every once in a while that area just does that.
Red gold.
That is really funny.
Yeah, I go to work on my tinker bench, and there's a bunch of mole rat meat underneath, just like, chunky and pink. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't mind if I do.
Maybe you've got a cat that keeps bringing stuff to you. Do you think it's
exactly? I think it certainly could be. That's a better explanation than any I've come up with.
I would love to see smokers make their way in. Like meat smokers. So you can make like beef jerky.
Smoker? I don't think it's a usable smoker.
There are a couple. I mean, there's a fireplace barbecue that looks like one. Yeah, charcoal barbecue.
I would like, because like beef jerky on the grade of meats in the survival wasteland is like top choice, right? Because it doesn't go bad and it gives you lots of energy and yada yada yada. I would love to be able to like take all of that mole rat meat and just shove it into a smoker and just like make some mole rat jerky.
Speaking of smoking, does we have working chimneys in 76? Does smoke come out of the chimneys and stuff?
You have to create them. So you can create them via merging using some of the fireplaces that radiate smoke or other objects radiate smoke,
Like
but there
in
is no
Minecraft.
official chimney. Yeah. Yep. It's
Okay.
only via builder creativity so far.
Your knowledge of Fallout 76 is unsurpassed.
Right?
A little
It's
too
like
much.
having an encyclopedia and you can
I
like
love it.
message her. Hey Jess, how do I do this?
Or just raid Jess's brain.
Yeah.
It's very convenient.
So Jen, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Fallout. I had a little bit of a falling out with the scoreboard at the end of last season. I did not finish, and I was learning to loathe it. This season, I think because they gave us double score at the beginning, it picked up momentum, and I started. And the change in the daily ops, where you get to hunt the baddies, that is so much fun. I love doing that. So I've been doing daily ops every day, which is kind of unusual. And with the additional camp slot, I built an honest to goodness glitch free camp. I didn't glitch anything. I just decorated it. I built a pretty little house. I decorated it nice. It happens to be in the cranberry bog, and I have a spawn point there for super mutants with miniguns that always explode my stuff. So it's a really pretty house with a really nice big porch and lots of potted plants everywhere. And in the back, I have my seedy shed with all of my, my workshop equipment. It says friends welcome. And on the roof of that are a bunch of missile turrets and heavy machine gun turrets, and they just take down everything behind it because that's right where the spawn point is. So it's friends welcome, except you guys. So I'm pretty excited about having more space to
They
go.
just want to be friends, Jen.
If they're going to come in and smash up your stuff, are they really your friends?
That ain't love, baby. That ain't love.
It ain't love. My love language is not miniguns.
Nope.
Well,
Could have fooled
I think
me.
mine might be.
It's just a violent boop. It happens.
Yeah.
It is violently booping all of my stuff till my side of my house comes down.
Violent boops.
There are tons of bunnies all through there as well because it's me.
Can we rename the show to Violent Boops?
Violent booping. That's
the episode.
Caption, right?
Next episode, we're gonna call it Violent Boops. Not to be confused with Dark Bog, which is Violent Poops, but that's another episode.
You got a bidet.
It should
Congrats.
Well, it sounds like your place is pretty fortified.
It is. I think it's really funny because it's on the edge of the train track. I needed something close to to a train station because I need to be able to get rid of all the legendaries I'm crafting that I don't need. So it's convenient to have a station close by.
Is that like a first world problem? Oh, I have all these legendaries. What am I gonna do?
Totally is. Totally is. But you're getting this legendary power armor piece, like these legendary power armor pieces now, and I'll finish a daily ops and suddenly be
They're so heavy.
They're so heavy. So and I carry around an extra power armor chassis, but I keep getting it's always a torso or a right arm every single time. I can only carry so many torsos around, really. So it's a convenient spot to be able to drop off all of my surplus stuff. Yeah, very much enjoying it. I love building. I'm gonna end up with more camp slots. So I'll hit a limit eventually.
I'm so excited. And I'm glad it's brought you back and you've been able to, kind of on the scoreboard, not worry about it as much, that you didn't finish last season and you survived. That was good to see.
Yeah, the gold toilet really was my goal. It was like my golden trophy at the end, and I didn't need anything else after that.
Speaking of, did you see, just a quick aside, did you see the picture of the player who made a giant toilet out of like 200 golden toilets?
No.
Okay, I will try to find that
sounds
for you. It was
marvelous.
about a month
That
and a
sounds
half
awesome.
ago. It was quite impressive.
That sounds amazing. I would
I was
love
flushed
to
with
see
excitement. You would love it.
that. Ah.
Will you
That
allow
was a
it, Vendor?
great joke, Jess. It didn't tank at all.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. How do I follow up with that? What have you
Just
been
have
playing?
a seat.
What have you been playing, Jess? Now that
Oh, me.
yes.
I mostly played recently, a lot of Mass Effect. That's kind of been my main thing since Legendary Edition came out. I know Rick's not here to discuss it with, and we won't get into that because it's that Fallout show.
Mhm.
But I'm playing a lot of Mass Effect. I'm a little over halfway, maybe 75% of the way through the second game. A lot of pictures, great to revisit that. Really fun. And it's funny, the parallels that you can draw between the style play for Mass Effect and Outer Worlds. People often talk about Outer Worlds being so Fallout, but aside from the retro style and the humor, it is so set up like a Mass Effect game.
Very different, yeah.
You know, yeah, locked regions, 2 companions with you, the way dialogue works, all that. But yeah,
Space.
loving being back there.
Yeah.
Indeed, space for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And OMG Starfield. That's another episode entirely. We won't go down that road.
Oh,
So
Starfield.
loving Mass Effect. And honestly, anyone who was thinking about going back. Oh, I also learned something else, Shaline, which I think I texted you, but maybe Mass Effect 2 is better than 1.
Really?
I know it's your favorite. And
It really is, yeah.
And I always said Mass Effect 1 was my favorite because of the lore, world building. It's such a perfect arc. Well, you know what? That is great. As an introduction to the galaxy, Mass Effect 1 is unparalleled. It's wonderful. But the overall pacing and the way it's set up, not only does it feel older, but it does have a lot of lag in it. It's just those moments. It's a couple of the main story quests, you know, rescuing Liara, you know, some of what happens on Pharos. And then, of course, the final thing when you're going Vermeer, Ilos, Citadel, all that, not to spoil anything. But that final set, those last couple hours, are so impactful and dramatic that it makes the whole game, you know, feel like, oh my God, that was amazing. But the truth is, the average play time is 25, 30 hours. I took more than twice that because I was really getting into it. It's slower, and 2 is just, as soon as you get in there, the characters, the story, the settings, it's so dynamic. They do such a great job with all the various set pieces.
Yeah, I think it's Bishop's favorite too is the second one. I never got into the Mass Effect games. I tried.
It's the best part of every show that we do is how passionate people are about video games.
Yeah, I think for me it was because Mass Effect 2 was my introduction not only to Mass Effect but to BioWare. So
I mean, when Clone Shoes popped up with his lime green hair on the screen,
oh my gosh, that was incredible! It was so good.
Like
that was the best stream ever.
Anyway,
yeah, we did an Andromeda stream when that launched. And made a character that looks, I think he was a little bit similar to Jim Justice in some aspects, but he had green hair and a green beard, and his name was Clown Shoes Rider.
As you do.
And it was just that moment when he sits up was just
wait, his name was Clown Shoes Rider, so like finally a rider that could actually fill his father's shoes.
Yes.
Awesome. Sorry, part of the storyline of Andromeda. But yeah, so other than Mass Effect, a good bit of Fallout. We're playing Fallout 4 for the Fallout feed right now, and so I'm doing some 4. And of course, 76. I spent a lot of time just hanging with friends this week. A lot of good time in 76, just seeing the things I love about the game, you know, doing some daily events and just talking with friends. Because I love that social aspect too. And I don't always play that way. Like I've been one that I've told you before, but I think the best way to experience 76 is solo for a lot of the story, to really read those terminals, absorb that lore. But the friend aspect is wonderful too.
Yeah, there's this at the start anyways, because everybody was so excited, there was always this social obligation that was there for me. And you know, when you do those quests together, it's difficult to really take your time, and I'm the type of player in the Fallout universe where I literally look at every square inch. Every single square inch, every nail in a fence, every mailbox, every picture on the wall, I look at it all. I take my time. And when Rick is like, "Are you guys done yet?" I'm like, "Just wait. I'm reading this text that you can't see because it's just blurry, but I'm trying to make it out. Give me like 10 minutes." And he's like, "I don't have time for that."
It's really important if you are playing through story stuff with another person that you have a partner who is respectful of your play style and who doesn't get offended if you say, "Shut up, I'm listening to a holotape."
Yeah, it makes it a challenge. But I do agree with you. You do have to do it entirely once over by yourself, and just go through it.
It's the way to go, and a lot of people don't, and I feel like they miss some of the game that way. It doesn't hook. It doesn't feel the same. 76 is one of the loneliest. I say 76 and Fallout 3 are probably the loneliest of the Fallout games in a lot of ways, but you have to let it be. You have to really see the world like that.
Sarah, what about you? What have you been playing?
I have not been playing Fallout, says the girl wearing the Fallout shirt. So yeah, there's that. I lie. I've played a little bit here and there, but I didn't even get anywhere on the last scoreboard, to the point where like I don't think I claimed anything. I like made progress and then just didn't even bother to go back and do it. I have been playing. I finally finished Ori and the Blind Forest.
You finished it.
Oh, it's so
Congrats.
good.
Oh my God.
You guys, I started Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and I am very stressed. Like,
for sure.
I'm very stressed. I don't want to give anything away, but yeah. So I've been deep into those games for a while now.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'm loving them. They're really good.
I was just gonna ask what is taking up all your time. So yeah, it's great. It's a beautiful game. The artwork is like.
And the soundtrack.
The music is just like mind-blowing. So good. So good. And the story, I mean, I could just go on and on and on about that game. Also, how hard it is. It's so hard.
It's a brutal game.
Oh my goodness.
Brutal game.
Are you playing it on
I've never finished it.
console or
on the Xbox?
Okay.
Yep. So it's not hard to the point where you're like wanting to give up. At least I'm not there yet. But I will tell you that there are parts of it that I'm like, I just play over and over and over and over and over again because I can't seem to get it. But yeah, I just love it. So that's what I've been doing.
Very quickly, I will go next. I haven't been playing a whole lot of video games, but Shaline and I have been making our way through It Takes Two.
So fun.
Which is not Fallout, but since we are talking about other games that we are playing, I think it deserves an honorable mention. If you haven't played It Takes Two, it's like so good.
I think it may be the game of the year.
It quite possibly could be. And I think that I actually want to do like another playthrough. Yeah.
I've never heard about it. What is it?
I haven't either.
Oh, it's so good, you guys. Okay, go ahead,
take it away, Shaline.
Okay. So, do you remember a couple of years ago, there was that one guy at the Game Awards who was like, bleep the Oscars. He's a very, very outrageous fellow, and he does co-op games. His studio's specialty is co-op games. They did Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, and they did A Way Out, which was the prison break game.
Did you guys play that?
Which was really fun. I've played part of it with my mom. I've never finished it. She got kind of frustrated. But It Takes Two is their latest and greatest. And the short version of the story is that you are some parents on the brink of a divorce, and magic happens and you become your child's dolls, and chaos and
she makes a wish with the
ensues.
book and you get sucked into the whole thing.
Okay.
Yes, and the book is a character in and of himself.
The book is the star
and
of the
he
show.
is wonderful.
You had me at
so
dolls.
good.
You had me at dolls.
But this it's a puzzle platformer, and you really have to work together to get things done, and they give you complementary things. For a while, Venter had these nails that he could throw like javelins, and I had a hammerhead strapped to my back, so I could nail the nails
She
in, or
smashed everything.
I could catch the nail with my claw hammer. It's a wonderful game. It's beautifully written. It's a beautiful game to look at. The puzzles are perfection, and I solidly believe this will be my game of the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
I think the last on our list is Sarah Saylor. What have you been up to?
Yep. Well, I started, and I've talked about it on Dames, an epic playthrough of Fallout 4. And it's been going on since March. And I've kind of been lazy with it. I don't play all of the time. I've been, especially this summer, we've done a lot of trips and stuff with our kids. But so I'm only at like level 25, but I have, I'm doing an entire Minutemen playthrough. And it's very ambitious. My plan is to take over all of the settlements as Minutemen settlements.
Oh.
And so like I said, very, very, very ambitious, but I just took the castle, and I have that all set up. I have artillery at all my settlements that I have so far. And I have McCready as a companion right now, and I'm in the process of doing his quest line, and I just took out the 2 gunners that you go after. And that's kind of where I'm at. I had ambition. I was like going to get on yesterday, and I was like, I need to play some Fallout 76 because there's new stuff and everything, and it didn't happen.
Jeez. The Minutemen is the best, though.
I love the Minutemen. They're wonderful.
Did you turn Sanctuary into like a Minutemen like?
Oh yeah. I have built up all of the settlements. I was about to say camps. Wrong game. The settlements so far, and I've taken my time and like really decorated them. So I mean, it's like I said, been very ambitious.
That's wonderful. Fallout 4 is like,
it's so good.
Special place. Did a lot of building in that. My Sanctuary camp was crazy.
Your builds were so good in that game.
I had I built this whole house dedicated to 7 of 9 from Star Trek Voyager.
Did you really?
And it was just this like android bot. What do they called them? The
Assaultrons?
Assaultron.
Or the
I had
okay.
a blue Assaultron that I named 7 of 9, and she lived in this house that was like 7 of 9's house, and it said 7 of 9. Or no, it said resistance is futile on the side.
It did. Have you posted these in the Discord at all? I would love to see some of your settlements.
I think somewhere I've got a video playthrough of
I'm
it.
pretty
It might
sure
be on my
those
YouTube
are on
page.
your old YouTube channel.
Might be on my YouTube channel, yeah.
Now see, my Sanctuary, because it's a role play game, and I was like, well, I seriously doubt that my player character, she would let anybody live in her house that she lived in with her family.
Yeah.
And I completely boarded it up. So you can't even get in it now.
Yeah.
I was like, she totally would have boarded it up. She wouldn't want people to live where her, she lived with her family.
Meanwhile, Sturgis is just in the background hammering something.
Yeah.
It's like, how did you get in there? How did you get in there?
How do nails work?
I occasionally have to like tear down a wall and like go clean it out.
I'm in Sanctuary, and I turn around about four of the followers are on top of a roof all together having a powwow.
How did you get up there? Like,
what's going on?
The best part is that I built this pub in the back of Sanctuary, like the back corner where that little secret vault is, like that that basement vault or whatever. I built this pub in there, and like 4:00 p.m. on the nose, the whole town of Sanctuary goes to the pub. I didn't know that NPCs worked like that, but it was like every day at 4 p.m. the place is packed and there's like a party in there, and like I don't know.
That's so wonderful.
There must be there's an object that I placed in there that like, I don't know, maybe they're attracted to or
Yeah,
something?
if you put down 2 of the restaurant vendors, or whatever, they'll go to both of them to get the drinks and the food every night,
Brilliant.
4 to 6.
I love it.
It's wonderful, yeah.
That is great. But no, I never messed with the artillery that much because I was like, oh my gosh, it's such a pain to have to build it in all the camps. I love it. I blow everything up now.
Well, you got to have that protection, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's like the greatest thing ever.
Well, I think that's pretty much a show. What do you think, Shaline?
I think that's a show.
We may have some closing remarks. Would any of the dames like to mention any of the projects that they're working on currently? Any projects anyone's working on? Any upcoming events, things like that?
Your channels
Yes.
that you do stuff on, etc.
Yeah, we can do you guys saying just do a couple shout outs real quick. Are we just going to do our socials as well, or just our channel?
I will do
shout-outs?
your socials for you.
Okay.
As being a guest on the show, you should not have to do your own socials.
Well, thank you so much. Follow me at what Bender's going to say, but I have a couple projects right now. I have a channel called United Wastelanders Network. We are kind of the Wastelands Entertainment Network. We do all kinds of shows. You can tune in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're normally on different nights, different shows. We do the Daily Grind about grinding the scoreboard. We do Wasteland Wednesday, where we play things like Fallout 4 or Fallout 3, a little bit of retro Fallout flavor. We focus a lot on camps and buildings, our specialty. We do a show called Everything Camp, which is basically a camp showcase show. What are those builders up to? We get really in depth on what they created, how and why, and into the nitty gritty. So yeah, definitely follow us on Twitter at UWastelanders, short UWN. Yeah, we have merch even.
Brilliant.
But and then I'm also on a show called The Fallout Feed, which is a weekly Fallout show dedicated to, well, the entire Fallout series, much like that Fallout show. Our general thing besides news and reviews and just community, because we're a very community-based show as well, like you guys, where we just love bringing people in, getting listener feedback on things, is that we do what's called the Roundtable. And that's where we, thank you.
It's great. As a former guest, it's a great show. Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we've had everybody here on. I mean, that's in many ways, that's how many of us first met.
Yeah.
And right now we're playing Fallout 4. We're near the end. I'm playing Brotherhood this time. So the idea is we each play a character that's been randomly assigned drastically different attributes. And we have to basically follow that. So my character name, my character faction, all that is determined. And then you play through from that way. So I'm doing a BOS playthrough, which, let me tell you, oh my God, I had to wipe out, a little bit of spoilers here, but I had to wipe out another faction last playthrough, and I am very upset with my character right now. But that's what happened. That's what happened. So yeah, please follow us. That's at the Fallout Feed or the Fallout Feed on podcasts. And then there's another show, but I'll let one of the others talk about that.
Oh, Dames Who Game. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
Does somebody want to take the reins?
Yeah, that other thing that we do.
Take the reins on that one, Sarah Saylor?
Oh, no, I'm not good at this.
Shaline?
Okay, Dames Who Game is a show where you will find myself and all of these amazing ladies. We put out about one episode a month.
Semi-monthly, I say.
Yeah,
Sometimes
semi-monthly.
Hey, we do this when we want.
Yes.
And we have fun doing it.
And you are so lucky to get to hear the recording later on. But we talk about nerd culture, video games, makeup, the books we're reading, the TV we're watching. It's a really fun time. It's a very chill, chatty sort of a show. Yeah, we enjoy hanging out, and we also record it for you guys.
We get to totally geek
That's
out.
Dames Who Game. You can find that at Dames Who Game on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on.
Mm-hmm. You can also listen to this show on various platforms. I'll touch on that in a moment. But we also have a sister show, Game Stack Podcast, right here on We Just Love Games Network. We air every second Friday. You can expect that coming to your ear holes next Friday. And you can find it on all your various podcast platforms. Don't forget, the show is brought to you by Oak and Crow Coffee. Visit oakandcrow.com to purchase a bag of We Just Love Games Way Way Tenango blend for $2 from every purchase goes to the Children's Miracle Network. You can also tweet at us. Jen is at Pantagrulia. Sarah at... go ahead.
All right, you can also find me at I always forget our handle, BBCISSS. That's a No Man's Sky podcast, Butcher
Oh,
Baker and
okay.
Candlestick Maker in space. You can find us there on Twitter too.
Okay.
I've been
BBC.
enjoying that.
ISSS. All right. Thank you. And Sarah at Vosselsa, Jess at Sleep is for Tea, Sherry at Fox Sid, and Sarah at Sar Sailor. You can also find the show at That Fallout Show, our network at We Just Love Games, Rick at Rick McVick, Shaline at Shaline L, and myself at Vendertron N. We have a Facebook presence, facebook.com/That Fallout Show, facebook.com/group/That Fallout Show, as well as We Just Love Games and groups/We Just Love Games. It's always a tongue twister for me. We love to hear your emails. Please email us at info@wejustlovegames.com. Like our video, subscribe to us on youtube.com/wejustlovegames. We are available for a live show if you are willing and wanting to listen in live. Twitch.tv/wejustlovegames. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, maybe still, not sure. Spotify as well. If you leave us a 5-star review, shout out on iTunes, we will shout you out on the show. Don't forget, we record live every other Friday, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, right here on twitch.tv/wejustlovegames. And thank you all for listening. Shaline, do you have a last word?
Don't let the alluring voice fool you. I'm a lethal killing machine.
Good night, guys.